So guys, you want the best FPS ever, want in the game in the history time? Now is your chance to even go for the best FPS games ever you can ever have for the game that you want to play for your own best. Now, like I said, I'm not going to be playing this game for a lot longer because, you know, what I said about before my previous video, but because of my previous video before, I'm going to be talking about the best FPS you can get from this game and stuff like that. But before we do anything, we need to get into the settings first. So let's go ahead and go to the settings first before we do anything. Then we go to video settings. Okay. Alright, so the best thing for me is this. This is just the best thing you can ever get on here. Is resolution, okay? Yes, resolution can be good for max reasons, okay? One, if you have a high resolution and you have a really big resolution for the game, I would probably say go for the lower resolution to get more FPS, because when I use a higher resolution, it made my game really bad, and it just made my whole game out really bad if you use a high resolution, because I have a big monitor and it's quite big. I think it was the same thing, 16:9 resolution, right? So that's the thing about what you should be going for, but also keeping 1920 by 1080, because this is the only reason why you should only have this for this max reason. The next thing is you should have full screen or borderless, because I mean, borderless and full screen don't matter as long as you have full screen. It's gonna work out very much best of it, but for borderless, it may be probably best to do on full screen, which I prefer. For me, I do borderless because usually I like to have borderless like windows if I want to do like, you know, other tasks and everything, stuff like that. But for me, I say full screen, but for me, I say borderless because I do both of them. But for me, I just do borderless for a reason, so. And then vertical sync, if you're having really jittery or like very different, depending on what the graphics card you have, if you use the same basically the same vertical sync, so if you ever turn this off, you may have more FPS. If you turn this off, if you turn this on, it gives you no FPS, FPS. I can't spell for some reason. If you get more FPS by clicking off, you will get more FPS. Turn this on will make it, you know, what I said, where it would be jittery. But yeah, I recommend keeping this off to get more FPS, and then you click apply. Then we go to basic settings, and then this is where we're going to try to do most all this stuff right here. We'll go to advanced settings in a second. We're going to go to basic settings first. So anti-analysis or analysis, whatever, I keep forgetting what it's called, but I recommend keeping this off. This is the reason why you should keep this off, and I think it's probably best if you turn this off for more FPS. Next, I keep it at render quality at performance or high quality, unless your quality is good enough to put at high quality, which for me, I keep it at performance. But if I put at high quality, it may look a lot better. Like you can see, it's a lot high quality. But for me, if I choose performance, it's probably less better, or maybe better. So it's probably best if you put at performance. Render details, make sure it's on custom. You don't want to change this around. It changes the render detail, like what you can do right here. It changes everything else. And then frames per second. Now, depending on what the frame per second that you have, this, I would probably say keep this around a minimal where your monitor is, or keep it go up to at least 240 FPS if you have a good graphics card. Now, I won't say you would have to get a good graphics card. I just say this, that you can get a graphics card that you can get for this, so you can get better FPS, and this will help a lot better because you're getting less input lag from playing the game and stuff like that. But for me, I'm just gonna keep it at 360, but for me, I say keep it around 240 because it's probably best to do that way. But let's go into advanced settings. So basically, advanced settings, we're gonna go to texture details. I would keep this at least performance or high performance, because for me, I keep a high performance because it's probably better that way. But for me, I like the performance because I like to keep the same performance that they do. But for me, I'll say for high performance just for the sake of it. And then more details, we'll get to more details, pay the performance, target details, performance, and then effects intensity. We'll keep that low intensity just in case if we get like very big intensity of effects, which we don't want. And for me, really, it all depends on what you want to like. I don't think anybody should change around unless they want to like have like high quality shares or bloom or like, you know, lens flare. That's all personal preference if you can handle those. But for me, I would say keep this all off for max FPS reasons. One, FPS can reduce a lot of input lag, and two, it can input lag very good for one reason. All these effects are more less to have input lag because you don't have the max input lag that you get from doing all of these when you turn this on. So like for me, if I were to play this on, like you can see, it's way too much effects, and because of that, it's usually too much, which is why I keep this off to not get distracted with any input lag or distractions or whatever. But yeah, so another thing is that once you've done all of the steps and everything for this, you wanted to go to Task Manager. And I know probably people's gonna be like, oh, well, this won't work because it's not. But for me, it probably will work, right? It probably will work for you too. It won't work for you, it won't work for everyone. I know that for sure. But I just want to do this to keep it in mind so people can do this for a reason. Go to Task Manager, go to Details, go to Rocket League and right click on it, and just make it high, because then you will have better performance and everything else for Rocket League. Because for me, I had to update my RAM because my RAM wasn't able to do much of Rocket League, and Rocket League just decided to say like, okay, I'm gonna get more RAM so I can play the game. So for me, that's fine. If you want to go Task Manager, that's fine. You don't have to do it, but this is personal preference. Yeah, so basically all the FPS things you have on there and all I have on there. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will catch you all later. Peace.